Welcome to the deep dive. We hear sustainable tourism all the time, but what if just sustaining things? Well, what if it isn't quite enough?
Right.
What if the real goal should be regeneration,
Mm.
actively regenerating life, culture, spirit?
Exactly, and that's what we're exploring today, looking at how ancient wisdom might actually hold the key.
We're diving into a fascinating chapter today. It's called Indigenous Values and Regenerative Tourism, written by Pauline J. Sheldon.
Yes, it's from the Routledge Handbook of Regenerative Tourism, just published in 2025. And it really offers this profound, um, ancient foundation for regeneration. It goes deeper.
So, our mission here is to unpack that. How does the unique knowledge, cultural, environmental, spiritual from indigenous communities give us a richer, fuller picture of regeneration in practice?
It's about getting to the roots, really.
Getting to the very roots of what a thriving future for travel could look like.
And that's the core idea in the source. This
Yeah.
indigenous wisdom isn't just, an interesting perspective to add on. It actually creates the foundation. It helps us understand regenerative tourism in a way that pushes way beyond just standard sustainable concepts. It's a real shift in thinking.
That is powerful. So why? Why are indigenous cultures and their worldviews so uniquely positioned here? What makes their perspective so critical?
Well, what's really compelling is that for thousands of years, these communities have lived in these deeply reciprocal relationships with their land, with each other. Their value systems aren't just history lessons, they're living frameworks. And they inherently seek to enhance well-being, not just sort of maintain the status quo or minimally farm.
Ah, okay. So moving from just less bad to actively good.
Precisely. Actively creating positive impact. That's the leap.
That distinction feels really important. And the source digs into this, right? It identifies 7 key indigenous values that shape this worldview for tourism.
It does. 7 core values that guide this shift.
Okay, where do we start?
First up is viewing life holistically. It's this idea that everything is interconnected, not just us humans, not just the environment in isolation, but the whole living system.
So in tourism terms, that's much bigger than just, say, a hotel reducing its carbon footprint.
Much bigger. It could mean tourists actually participating in restoring an ecosystem, understanding their visit as part of a sacred web, making sure every interaction genuinely enhances the whole system.
Okay, that really broadens the scope. What's the second value?
Ancestral and intergenerational knowledge. This isn't just about, preserving old stories.
Right.
It's about actively bringing elders and traditional knowledge keepers into tourism planning, making decisions now, thinking about the impact 7 generations down the line.
Wow. Thinking long-term, really long-term.
Yeah.
Using that wisdom as a live guide.
Exactly. Wisdom that echoes.
Yeah,
Then there's value in community, collective well-being, shared responsibility, that deep social strength. It's not just about individual gain.
which for tourism, I guess, means real community empowerment, like
Yeah.
true ownership and decision-making power for locals.
Yes, absolutely. Making sure the community's social fabric gets stronger, not weaker, because of tourism.
Okay. And that links to the next one, holistic ways of knowing.
It does. This acknowledges that knowledge isn't just scientific data. It's also spiritual understanding, intuition, learning through experience. It all paints the full picture.
Which does raise a question, doesn't it? How do you actually integrate those diverse forms of knowing in, practical tourism development? It sounds challenging.
It can be.
Yeah.
But the source suggests it means we don't just rely on market research or ecological surveys. We embrace the spiritual stories of a place, the intuitive wisdom of local guides, the lived experience of the communities. It's about creating interactions that are guided by that deeper, more complete understanding.
And that holistic view naturally leads to the sanctity of place, I imagine, seeing a place not just as scenery, but as sacred.
Precisely. It's about reference. When a place is sacred, you treat it fundamentally differently, not like a commodity to be consumed.
That changes everything. What else?
Indigenous food systems are key, too. They're often deeply tied to the local ecology, sustainable practices, cultural traditions.
Well, catching people to the land through food.
Right. Respectfully, nourishingly. It's about harmony with nature's cycles. And tourists can engage with that, supporting local biodiversity, traditional farming.
Makes sense. And the last one.
Innate, welcoming, and hosting. This isn't just about, commercial customer service. It's a deeper cultural practice. Generosity, respect, genuinely integrating guests into the community experience. It fosters a real bond. not just a transaction.
A genuine relationship.
Yes, and the source emphasizes this isn't just theory. It points to examples of places where Indigenous-led projects are already doing this. Community-owned lodges using ancestral knowledge, cultural programs where visitors directly contribute.
So it is happening.
It is. The real challenge, the deep dive maybe, is how we, often coming from a more fragmented modern view, can genuinely partner with and learn from this profound approach. How do we bridge those worldviews?
That's the big question. So for you listening, considering these deep-rooted Indigenous values, that holistic view, the long-term wisdom, seeing places as sacred, that genuine welcome, what new possibilities does that open up for how you travel, connect, and maybe actually contribute to the well-being of places and people? What does regeneration really mean to you when you look at it through this ancient, profound lens?